Hey guys, Little Tear for Life here with another deck profile for you guys. This one I kind of already did. I did a TCG build, now I'm going to do an OCG build. It's Performapals, Intermates, whatever you want to call them. I really do like this deck, okay? It's like, I can't wait to see how this deck evolves. Like, I really do hope that, like, the rumors are true that there's going to be a Synchro, Exceed, Fusions, well, we already have Fusions, maybe even Rituals, stuff like that, you know? This deck is just awesome. It's almost completely Pendulums, too, which is awesome. Like, I really do like Pendulums. Heck, you can probably run a pure Pendulum build, too. Anyways, this is my build. Gonna go into a bit of the details of it, mostly about the new cards. Other stuff I believe you guys should know about already. I play 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons. You need to get the Magicians to your hand. The deck can hardly play without them, is the main thing. So you do need your Odd Eyes, and you do need your Time Gazer and Stargazer Magicians. I play triple of each Magician. I'm just gonna group them together. I play 6 total. It's kind of cool how they are on top of each other like that. I did not do that intentionally, by the way. I play 1 Performapal Part Naga. He's pretty cool. He's a scale rank of 3. Basically, his pendulum effect is once per turn you can target a pendulum, one monster you control against 300 attack for each pendulum card you control. Okay, if you have 300 attack for each Performapal card you control. Okay, if you have 2 Performapals in your pendulum zones and you have 5 Performapals on your field, that is 7 times 3, okay? That's 2100 attack that one monster can gain. That is ridiculous. Sadly, though, you never really do that to Odd Eyes because, well, he is a scale of 3, and so far there's no really high skills for Performapals. His monster effect is pretty cool, too. It's really only useful if you have Odd Eyes on the field or if you summon Odd Eyes. Basically, his monster effect is the same thing as his pendulum effect, except it's only whenever he's normal or special summoned. And you target one monster, of course, and all level 5 or lower monsters can attack. This also includes himself. He's supposed to work with Plus Turtle. Plus Turtle is one that I don't play. Basically, he's kind of like a, how should I put it? Kind of like a Constellar House for the deck. You can target any 2 Performapals, increase their levels by 1 or 2 until the end phase. I don't like him too much, and honestly, I don't use Part Naga enough. And whenever I do summon him as a monster, it's usually whenever I'm going to increase the attack of Odd Eyes and go for game, which is really, really awesome. Next up, come on, my cursor wouldn't move. I play 3 Performapal Silver Claw. I still hold by that this guy's one of the best Performapals out there, just simply because he is a beatstick and he's a 2100 attacker whenever he does attack, and he increases the attack of all Performapals you control. He works really well with Part Naga and the Pendulum Zone. You can finally actually use Performapal Pendulums as Pendulums. I don't do it that much. I actually did do it once and it won me the game. It was really cool. But that one time, it doesn't really happen that much, which is sad. I'm sure you could if eventually, I hope the deck can play without the Magicians, but considering that Yuya plays them in the deck, and the Magicians and Odd Eyes are kind of like integral to the deck, you're gonna need them. I still play 3 Whip Viper. This guy is the best Performapal, like, ever. Like, not even Silverfang or Silverclaw. It'd be kind of cool if Silverfang was part of the deck. Can hold a candle to this guy. People are annoyed by him. I've had people rage quit just simply because of him. My friends hate him. Everybody hates him. And it's all because his effect is annoying. And he can get over basically any monster. The only ones that he really cannot get over are Maestroke, whose attack and defense are both higher than 1700, and it's few cases like that where he's actually not all that great. But yeah, he forces your opponent to go into a subpar. Well, Maestroke's still good. Exceed. I play 1 Cheermole, just simply for that bonus 1000 attack every turn. It's really awesome. Also, Chirmo is another level 5, well, scale 5 pendulum. I thought about playing another part Naga just simply so I can have another scale 3 so I can actually do that more often, but this deck has really small deck space. I play 2 Swordfish. You'll notice that for my OCG build I dropped 1 Swordfish. That's mostly because of deck space, and Swordfish is still an awesome card in my opinion. He allows you to get over cards that you normally could not get over, and that's the whole point of Performapals is attack and defense fluctuation, and just simply being annoying. I play 2 polymerizations. I don't play Trumpets. I don't like Trumpets. I feel like if she had a better scale, she'd be better. That's my problem with her. She has a scale rank of 4. That's the worst scale rank ever, unless like you're playing, I don't know, Clifforts. That's the only deck that I can think of that actually does not really care about its scale rank being 4. So yeah, don't even bother with Trumpets, in my opinion, unless like you're playing a pure, complete and total Performapal deck where you don't even play the Magicians or anything. In which case you have no access to Urn Eyes. Just saying. 2 MST. I play 3 Illusion Balloon. This is their first spell card support. Like, really, it took 3 sets for Performapal to get a spell card. It's kind of sad. But it's an awesome spell card. Okay, it's a quick play. If a monster under your control was destroyed this turn, excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, and then you can spell summon any one excavated Performapal monster. After that, shuffle the rest back into the deck. And you'll notice that it does not say once per turn anywhere on here. You can do that as many times as per turn. Oh, your Swordfish just got destroyed. Okay, let's activate all 3 of these at once, and you can now excavate basically the top 15 cards of your deck and get 3 free monsters. But, however, that being said, though, there is always that rare chance that you won't have a Performapal in that top 5, in which case it's kind of sad because nothing really happens and you just wasted a card. But, hey, you got to take risks in Yu-Gi-Oh! To do well. I play 2 Supply Unit. I've been thinking about dropping it, but I like it. If you don't want to play Supply Unit, I would recommend Pot of Duality instead. But either one will get the job done. I played 2 Wabaku. I love Wabaku. It's one of my favorite trap cards. Here's another one of their new support cards. Performapal Call. Basically, whenever an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, negate target that attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, add 1 or 2 Performapal monsters from your deck to your hand whose combined defense is equal to or lower than the attack of that target. Also, you cannot spell summon monsters from your extra deck until the end of your next turn. That's kind of... This card is amazing, okay? It's their search card. They finally got a search card. I know there's Warrior Tiger, but he only grabs the pendulums, and he only does it whenever he kills a monster. But however, this card can grab any Performapal. Any of them. And you can get 2 of them. It's like a double econ. Well, not econ, emergency call. But however, you do have to wait until your opponent declares a direct attack, and there is always that risk of being trap stunned and stuff. It does come with a slight downside with you not being able to summon anything from your extra deck until the end of your next turn. But that I haven't really had a problem with that, except for like the few times whenever I have the Magician set up and I have Odd Eyes in my extra deck. Aside from that, I really have not had a problem with it very much. I play 2 Punch in the Box. Still a really good trap card. I'm playing it in my TCG build. I love this card so much, and it saved me so much, and people hate it. It's so fun. I play 2 Pendulum back. It's basically a salvage if you have your Pendulum Zone set up, and you can grab any 2 monsters from your graveyard that can be Pendulum summoned. Really good. I recommend playing 2 in just about any Pendulum deck that you play non-Pendulum monsters in, so Performapals. You can try it in DD. Maybe. I play 2 Command Performance. I believe I talked about this a bit in my TCG build. Basically, if you control Performapal, switch everything your opponent controls to defense. They can't do anything about it until the end of the next turn. Then, this is a new card, and I didn't realize how awesome it was until I actually got to test it, and it's really, really nice. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, change all monsters you control to defense. Also, for the rest of this turn, when a face-up Performapal monster you control is destroyed by battle or by a card effect, return that monster to the hand instead of sending it to the graveyard. So what that means is basically if your opponent tries to go and kill your Whip Vipers, your Swordfish, or any of your other non-pendulum Performapals, they go back to your hand instead of going to your graveyard, so you can just pendulum them back out next turn. This is really awesome. I really do like it. I only play 2 because I really don't play that many non-pendulum monsters in the deck. Like, looking at my deck, I think, let's see, there's 19 monsters. I play a total of 5 non-pendulum monsters. So, and since pendulums don't go to the graveyard, you don't get that return to hand effect from last minute cancellation. Now onto the extra deck. I play 1 Armor Kappa, 1 Gachi, excuse me, 1 Fortune Tune, 1 Leviaire, just in case, you never know, 1 Rhapsody, 1 Cowboy, 101, 103, Gauntlet Launcher. I actually, now that I think about it, I should drop this because I don't play Dark Breaker anymore. I forgot about that. Okay, just forget about this guy. I play 1 Big Eye and 1 Dracossack. You almost never go into your Exceeds. I've gone into 101 a few times, Cowboy once or twice, and 103 a few times. Those are my few exceptions. Aside from that, I really have not gone into the Exceeds very often. The Fusions, on the other hand, I do almost every other game. You have Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon, who is a beast, pun intended. And I just love this card. Honestly, out of the 2 Odd Eyes Fusions, he's probably my favorite, both in terms of design and effect. Basically, you don't need Polymerization to summon him. All you need is Odd Eyes and your beast-type monster. I played 2 different beasts, Performapal Silverclaw and Cheermo. Don't really ever use Cheermo for the fusion. And you contribute your 2 beast-type monsters you control, your 2 fusion materials you control and summon it out. It's like a contact fusion. And then if it destroys a monster in battle, you can do the damage that to your opponent equal to the attack of the beast-type fusion monster, which is just amazing. That's also why I don't recommend using Cheermo too much, because then you're only doing 600 damage to your opponent. But 1800, that's awesome. And then you have Rune Eyes Pendulum Dragon, who is just amazing. Basically, you need Odd Eyes and a Spellcaster. Whenever it's fusion summoned, depending on what the level is of the Spellcaster type monster that you used, depends on what its effect is. If you use the level 4 or lower, it can attack up to 2 times a monster's per turn, during each battle phase. But if you use a level 5 or higher Magician Spellcaster, then it can attack 3 times on monsters during each battle phase. Also, if you used monsters that were pendulum summoned that turn, then it is unaffected by everything until the end of the turn. It's a really awesome card. It's an OTK card, and it is just fun to use. Anyways, guys, that is the deck profile. I cannot wait to see what more this deck is going to get out of, what was the next set? 904 Crossover Souls or something like that. And I can't wait to see what's out of that set in general. Like, oh my god. I can't wait. Anyways, guys, rate, comment, subscribe. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed. Don't get too angry at me for having 2 separate, Performapal decks that I've just recently done deck profiles on. Some of you guys are asking for a OCG build, and I thought, hey, why not? Because the deck definitely is a lot different, especially with this card. This card is amazing. Anyways, guys, rate, comment, subscribe. Have a great day. I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving, too. I know it's a day late. I didn't do anything for Thanksgiving because I was stuck at my family's for literally all day. Anyways, guys, see you later. Rambling on.